welcome back to me filming on the bed. But hey, that's a hotel bed, that's not my bed, so that doesn't count. I am learning how to fly my drone and it's getting more and more exciting the farther I go into California filming stuff. So I'm finally in LA. I'm very excited. I went to the Hollywood's Walk of Fame yesterday and that was really fun. So Stand, I am 2 days away from finishing this freaking book. To be honest, I don't have anything with me because I already packed everything in the car. I don't want to go get it, but I do not like the book. I think it's freaking trash. I'm honestly thinking give it like 2 stars. I think the story is very not believable. The amount of characters is honestly hideous. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna finish it anyway, but I'm also making some progress in Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I'm not enjoying that one either. Listen, this is like very hard because like I'm really very much enjoying my trip. I want to have a like good time, and the books I'm reading, they just don't match up to like the amount of excitement that's going on in my life. So I'm honestly like thinking to like pick up something traveling, something like exciting. That's my dilemma right now. And today is very scary and exciting because I'm gonna be skydiving. Yes, I've decided, I already booked everything. I'm gonna go. It's like a few hour drive from LA, even though it's called like LA skydiving. I don't know what's the deal. But yeah, I'm gonna be skydiving. So next clips you see, it's me skydiving. So enjoy that. I'm sure I'm gonna be pooping my pants. Anyway, all right, see you later.
All right, tell us your name.
Catherine.
Catherine, what are we doing?
Skydiving.
You excited?
I am.
Alright, you made it! What'd you think?
I'm alive!
You're alive!
I'm so awesome!
The only one I stood up all day!
Yes. As you can tell, I'm back from California, back at my own house, where at my piano. I'm not gonna play for you, I'm just gonna update you guys. What's going on at this point? It's 24th of April and I had a great time, and as by the footage you can see that I did have a great time, and I am back. While I was in California, I finished 3 books, which I'm really proud to say that I stuck to 100 pages a day every day for those few weeks, even though I was so extremely busy that I barely found any time to read. Let's start with our chunky beast, The Stand by Stephen King. Boy oh boy, finish this thing. I mostly finished this. I finished it as an audiobook. I read this pretty much the entire thing as an audiobook. If not the audiobook, I honestly would not push through as much as I did. I did not like this book. So honestly, I can tell you this is my first Stephen King book that I actively disliked, that I'm giving like 2.5 stars. It's the most painful to listen to. The writing was just... The writing was Stephen King, but the plot, the idea, just where the story went, I hated the story. I hated the story, and I didn't find any value in anything that's been said. Then I finished Six of Crows. I did not find any audiobook for this, so I definitely pushed through this book physically with my eyeballs, just like a few chapters every night. So how I actually did that, sorry to interrupt our program, was how I actually did this. So I would go ahead and I would see what 100 pages out of this is, and of course I could not know what the 100 pages is, but I would like, so if I had to go to page, let's say 464, and that would be my 100 pages, I would scoot back and see where the chapter ends, and I would just remember the number of the chapter. So when I was driving, I would listen to that chapter pop out, and so when it says chapter 41, I'll be like, okay, pause, and then I would see how many pages I needed still to read in the day. And then in the evening, I would quickly visit this book and read as many pages as I needed to complete my 100-page mark. So it was very slow burner. Only read like 14 pages maximum, remember. So it was definitely really frustrating reading on like a few pages a night. But I was so tired that I honestly did not want to read anyway. So I was like, 100 pages was not this big, because a listening audiobook, even though this story was really mentally exhausting and honestly was just like putting me to sleep, then coming back and just be like, hey, I only need to read like 10 more pages to complete my challenge. So of course it would be no difficult for me to pick up this one. My thoughts. I gave this book 3.5 stars. I know it's really low for this series, for this book, but honestly, I read the Grishaverse trilogy before, and I loved that one book so much more than this. The story itself, like, yeah, it was fun, them going to that unbreakable prison and trying to get the person they need, but it was just like alright. It was like whatever. 3.5 is like mediocre. It's like in the middle of the spectrum. It was like, okay, will I continue the series? I already bought the second book, so I guess I will, but I did not enjoy this one that much. It was just like whatever. Can you tell how tan I am and how much my hair burned when I was traveling? The last day that I spent in California was all on the beach. It was all on the beach. I was just laying and tanning and relaxing and swimming, trying to swim, and the waves were really strong, but I feel like I got tan a lot from that. But anyway, back to our thing. The last thing that I managed to finish was The Storied Life of A.J. Vickery. I gave this one 4 stars. It follows the story of this guy who works at the bookstore, and his life is kind of like messed up. He meets a woman who soon becomes his like love interest, and then also a child is dropped at his store, so he kind of like takes care of her, even though he's like far away from like a perfect father. But the story is like so touchy and has so many morals. Also really loved how many things were said in this book that like I guess a lot of people could can identify with themselves with, and can really get some like wisdom and inspiration from this book. I would really want to reread this at some point in my life. Even though I give it 4 stars, I feel like the reason why I give it 4 stars and still saying that I would like to reread it is because I feel like, because I had to like literally, it's like 200-page book, because it's such a short book and I had to read it like so fast, like 2 days. I feel like I missed a lot of things in this book, and next time I would read it, I would like to go back and like annotate and write down every quote and stuff that I found good for me. But there were a lot of those and it felt good. Also kind of similar to Mitch Albom's writing, which I enjoyed, of course. So 4 stars for me. It was definitely a very good book that I would like to revisit one day and hopefully get more out of it, being a little bit older and knowing what to expect. Here is how my chart is looking so far. You can see a lot of stand, and then we have 6 of crows, and then we have the story life. So like you can definitely tell the story life didn't last long. So I am hoping I can start Atonement today, since I haven't read a page today yet. I came back yesterday, I completed everything on the way back, and now it's evening time and I haven't read a single thing. And now I was just busy with doing laundry and cleaning up my car because it was a mess. But Atonement is something that I need to get to. I have, of course, The Idiot in the Shadows, and yeah, hopefully I can wrap it up. We just have like a week left in the month, and hopefully I'll be able to finish strong. Don't mind the laundry, it's going on. Hi, don't mind my lashes, they're crazy. I'm here to film another video that's going on this channel after this one. And since it's a vlog, I was like, why wouldn't I take you along and show how I set up things? By the way, a small update, I don't know if you care, I'm gonna knock everything off right now. I got myself a ring light. There you go. Anyway, I got myself a ring light. I don't know. Oh, she's bright. I don't know how to like use it yet, or like what setting to set to, you know, to do it. Like you can adjust the brightness. I thought it will be really cool.
I know I told you, you just told me not to interrupt you, but I'm gonna go up to the airport and get my AirPods. I'll be back in a bit.
Husbands. What I usually do when I sit and film, I have the light boxes, 2 of these, to help me, you know, with my light. It's fine, right? It's vlogging. It's what it's like, noises and distractions. So I would turn on the lights in the room and I would kind of like work with that. This is pretty much what I set up, but I think it will be even cooler now that I have a little bit more extra light, and I thought to put it like behind the camera, and it's much brighter in the room and you can see me much better, and the quality of the video will be much better because the lighting is good. So now that we're really cozy and really good with each other, and I don't need to like, you know, come up with words to say, because usually I'm like, hey, I want to say the right thing. I can just say what the hell I want, right? So I am here to update you on how my reading is going. I am rocking it. I am sick of it, but I'm rocking it. I am still on the track. Let me grab the books. So I started Atonement. I started it. I got to page 60, and boy oh boy, this is not going good. It's not going where I want it to go. It's kind of slow and weird and just like something that I'm not used to. I can't really tell you what the book is about still at 60 pages. I guess this girl witnesses something going on between her sibling and her like boyfriend something, and that like changes her perspective, but I literally cannot tell what the heck has happened so far. I am utterly confused, and to be fair, I'm not really enjoying the book, so I'm gonna keep pushing with it because this is our book club pick for the for April. I also getting more into In the Shadows. I like this book so far. I don't have any problems with it. It's going nicely. The thing is that because I'm reading so many books, this is just like not on my priority, even though I got this book so I can read it and review it, and I got to 140 pages. So definitely things are moving. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this one by the end of the challenge, but we'll see. I definitely got a little bit more into The Idiot, chapter 7 now, page 70. I think I actually listened more as an audiobook when I was driving, helping my husband to buy a car, and I had to drive it for like 3.5 hours. He flew me to Snohomish, and Snohomish is like 3 hours away from where we live, so he flew me there in his airplane. It was like an hour flight, so that's why we flew, and then I had to drive the car back. And so I listened some of this as an audiobook, which I like reading it physically because it's like classics, it's just more aesthetic. And another thing I wanted to do, since I figured this video is gonna serve as like a reading vlog, me doing this challenge, and also as my April wrap-up, because I don't see the point in doing a wrap-up for month of April because, well, I'm telling you everything I'm reading and I'm just already talking about the books I'm reading in the middle of it, right? I thought let's go ahead and pick the book for month of June and July. And yeah, so you guys, if you're interested in reading some of those books, you have some time to pick it up. Good? Good. Alright. Because this video is definitely gonna be put out there like in the month of May. So yeah, you need a book for June. So let's pick a book for June. It's gonna be exciting. Let's get with this one. And the book for the month of June is The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Alright, this is great. June, I feel like it's gonna be a busy month for me, so it's perfect. We get a very tiny book. All right, let me get it. This is the one. If you've seen it on the shelves or you've seen it somewhere, this is the book that we're gonna be reading. Very tiny, very manageable, like a few days worth of reading, and not for everybody, but for me, I feel like I can read it easily in like 2 days. If you have to read this book with me together in the month of June, let's see what it's about. It is a story of what it's like to grow up in high school. More intimate than a diary, Charlie's letters are singular and unique, hilarious and devastating. We may not know where he lives, we may not know to whom he's writing. All we know is the world he shares. Caught between trying to live his life and trying to run from it, puts him on a strange course through uncharted territory. The world of first dates, family dramas, and new friends. The world of sex, drugs, and a Rocky Horror Picture Show, where all you need is that perfect song on that perfect drive to feel infinite. So, I guess it's like, yeah, the book is written in this like diary forms. There's like a date and he's just saying dear friend or dear diary, so that's cool. There's like small letters to somebody and it's supposed to be touchy, and I'm pretty sure you read it in school, and if you didn't, join me in June. That's our pick. Perfect. How's the lighting looking, by the way? Is it okay? I picked the book, so should I do it again? Sure. So you don't cheat, so you don't catch me and be cheating. This is the one. Why do I have a feeling that this is gonna be a classic? Oh, girl interrupted. I'm like, air interrupted? Girl interrupted. Sorry, it took me a little bit to figure it out. Another pretty short book. This is a non-fiction, I believe. This is a memoir in psychology. I know this is about the girl who was at the mental hospital, and she was like a client there, and this like book includes different like case files from her being in that sanctuary, and this is a memoir. It's like shows what she's been through. You hear her being treated differently, things that happened to her, and this is like if you're more into like non-fiction or like psychology or just like getting into human behavior or like not common behavior, I think you would like this. That's why I picked it up and I was personally interested in this. So I'm excited. This is the book for July. So it's pretty good year so far. We're reading really short, accessible books. You can buy both of these in Barnes & Noble. This one's a $15. This is a $15. So, and I'm gonna go and film the other video that I plan to film, and I'm gonna go and update you when I have something else going on. Welcome to my backyard and discussion of the Book Atonement. Look at this big boy! He's so huge! You're only 4 months old, you're still a pup, you gotta stop growing. I finished Atonement by Ian McQueen. Okay, don't get me wrong, I like the concept and I like the idea, and the moral of the story is great, it's there, okay? But I feel like I can describe what this book is about in like three seconds or in 3 sentences. I'm not gonna, because it's spoilers, but I don't know, man. It was just okay. I feel the writing wasn't really there. Nothing was really there. The car is gonna pass by and here I am filming me talking about the book. Let me stop for a second. Yeah, but anyway, I'm giving it 3 stars. It wasn't that super great. I'm gonna still watch the movie. I feel like I need that, you know, organization of thoughts, everything that just happened. I feel like the book doesn't really, like, it doesn't have like the spark. I don't know. It's like something that I've read and the story that I know, but it wasn't that impactful on me. I understand that the childhood innocence sometimes can be underrated in how much children really do not understand and adults do. That's why, you know, like Disney and Pixar, they do these cartoons that both children and adults can understand, and they include the jokes that children just are not capable of comprehending, which is fine. But like, I don't know, I feel like the book shows that really well, but it doesn't have that like spark. So yeah, tomorrow is my last day of reading, thank God, and the weather is looking up, so we're gonna have a good May. Hopefully we're gonna finish this challenge, so wish me luck. And yeah, I need to figure out I'm gonna read like the last 100 pages of like what. Welcome back. I'm in my bed actually vlogging. Look at me. I'm not really good at holding this huge camera with a mic right in my face and not shake it all over the place, but I'm just reading the shadows and I'm like more than halfway through. Things are going down for this dude. At first when I got this book, I didn't expect it to be like horror. I thought it would be like a mystery thriller, but there are definitely some horror elements, and it's not like I'm scared, but I'm definitely like uncomfortable for like what the characters are going through. So I guess it's doing things for me. I am finishing my 100 pages for today. I want to update you because I went ahead and got a few cool things today. I don't know if you care. I'm sure this vlog is gonna be like already an hour long. Like, no doubt. But if you're still watching, like, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you like a friend. And hey, do you want to see my new piercing? Look at this little guy. Look at him. Is he cool? It kind of hurts. He's really sensitive. I just got it done today. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna prop you right there. You look really good. I don't know how good of the records that is, but we're gonna work with it. First of all, I went to Target and I got myself a book, of course. Sometimes I cannot leave a Target without a book. This is the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. I did not know that this is the author of The Horror Store, which is like a spin-off on like a horror IKEA book, whatever. I'm gonna put it right here. I didn't know because my husband was interested in buying that one. I'm like, it's gonna be stupid, like don't waste your time or money on buying that one. But everybody has been reading this one and freaking out about it, and I decided to get it. I'm kind of upset because the original cover had like the peaches that were like bitten by a vampire. It was like blood was spilling out of them. I guess this one has a little bit of that, but the sticker is covering it. So I'm kind of upset this cover doesn't have that much. Now I'm gonna ruin the book because I don't know how to take stickers safely. I'm an idiot. I got a Domination face mask. This looks cute, but like, look at that. That's creepy as heck. So I got myself some face masks because, anyway, was that a useless clip? It was, but am I gonna keep it in the video? Yes. Alrighty, here we are at the finish line. Today is May 1st and I'm done. I'm officially done reading 100 pages a day. Yesterday was a struggle, not gonna lie, because for some freaking reason I decided to just read this. I literally decided to read 100 pages of this. I don't know why. Let's just run through every single book, how many pages I read in that book, and what's the rating, and just brief thoughts because you already know everything. So first thing first was A Little Princess. I rated 3 stars and I read 131 pages out of this book. Then I finished The Stand by Stephen King. I rated it 2.5 stars out of 5 and it was 1,439 pages long. Then I finished Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I rated it 3.5 out of 5 stars, and out of this book I read 254 pages because I already started it like in the middle. After that I finished The Storied Life of A.J. Thickery. I rated this book 4 stars and read 190 pages out of this book. Then I read 45 pages out of Marussia. I have not rated this book because I haven't finished it. I only read 45 pages out of this. That's it. Then I finished Atonement. I rated this book 3 stars and this book was 351 pages. Then I read 348 pages out of The Idiot. I have not rated this book because I haven't finished it yet. And lastly I read 242 pages out of In the Shadows and I haven't rated it yet. So there we go. I try my best to keep a track of all the pages and books that I've read. I'm pretty sure it ends up being 3,000 pages in the month, which is crazy to think that I went on my like the biggest life journey ever and read 3,000 pages at the same time. Like, who am I? This is what my chart looks right now. I don't know how good you can see it. Probably good. There you go. Okay. Even though I read a lot of pages and I struggled a lot to read those pages, even after I came back from California, that's when it was the hardest because I was actually needed to read the books physically, not as audiobook. I still struggled a lot and this is not an easy thing to do. Even though I read so much, I wouldn't call it my successful month because, well, there weren't even 5 stars. There was 1 4-star, which was like good, but I would rather read like 1 or 2 books, but both of them being 5 stars than read so many and just like not being satisfied with my reading. Overall, it was a fun experiment. I mean, I very much enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me, and yeah, this is pretty much the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next one. Bye!